A very warm greeting to everyone present here and welcome back to Cricket Analysis by CNE. This is the second video of IPL 2026 and this is week two of discussing the matches that have happened in IPL this time round. A lot of exciting matches, thrillers, 160 thrillers, 180 thrillers, and of course, the usual 200 plus scores that happen in IPL this time round. That has also happened. And with me today is Proneet Ghatak. I feel like when I introduce Proneet Ghatak, it always feels like a new guest that is coming, even though he's always there. Hello, Proneet. How you
I'm so
doing, my
special.
boss?
I feel so special. Thank you. This type of greeting after being a part of this club, this team for more than a year. So, yeah,
Yeah, always a pleasure to have you, Proneet, here. See, this week, I think now we know what I think quite easily we know the points table is deeply saturated in the sense that कि लोग जो unbeaten जा रहे हैं, teams are going unbeaten, and some teams just cannot win. That's the whole thing. It's like there's like two separate IPLs happening here. It's like a table here, kind of stuff. So, Proneet, just tell me, ki boss, I mean, do you feel like the top four has already been selected?
most probably yes. If you look at the performance, it's just been three matches. It's just been three, four matches for the teams. But if you look at the performance right now, I think not more than five teams come into the contention. It's like the first five and the last five are being exactly as you said, saturation. So that is what has happened in the points table. RCB, RR, TC, MI, and PBKs. So these are the five teams that are doing well. But DC of course is DC. So nothing to say about them. And apart from them, I think the other four are more or less like to be the top four contenders, and the bottom five are full of problems. But they have one problem after the other. So every match they are facing different kinds of problems. So I think more or less the top four is decided. But yeah, you can say no, you cannot predict anything about this tournament. This is the
हाँ, I
toughest
mean,
tournament after all.
हाँ, I mean, who knows? Some teams just have post nut clarity कि भाई अब तो clarity चाहिए भाई हम लोग के टीम्स में यार हम लोग अभी खेलना पड़ेगा ये क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग so I mean anything can happen
आरसीबी
that was
आरसीबी 2024 जैसा हो जाए कुछ.
I mean you can't really predict क्या हो सकता है I mean, it's such a big
Right.
tournament अभी 10-12 matches बाकी है per team so it's just the start but first impressions से पता चल रहा है कि a lot of things are to be said about each team. So, without any further ado, let's go on to the matches. What do you say?
Yeah.
Chalo.
Yeah.
Uh, First match, SRH versus LSG. Quite interesting actually, क्योंकि do you ever expect an SRH side to get to 35 for 4 after 10 overs?
Yeah, that was something really unexpected. भाई मैंने क्या था भाई वो मैंने
Uh,
ऐसा रे जो 300 पार भाई 300 पार वाले सपने.
30 पार नहीं कर पा रहे हैं that's the whole scenario मतलब and I feel like whenever that kind of scenario happens no where they are like 30 for 4 or 20 for 4 people always get RCB out of nowhere कि यार 49 अलाउड अगर हो जाता तो अगर 49 अलाउड के नीचे आ
अरे
सकते
मैं
हैं ये
खुद
लोग
सोचता हूँ भाई यार 49 के नीचे हो जाए कुछ.
some other team will
मतलब
have the
अगर
embarrassment.
if any team really manages to do this for break this 49 record like in this
uh,
impact player era, well,
I
that team
mean
seriously has some different types of skills by.
yeah, I mean, see, at one point in the impact player era, when you see like 20 balls means 60, 70 being scored, it's less special than what happened in the non-impact player era, जहाँ पे where people scored those kind of runs उस समय पे that seems like okay, wow, he has played something because then you don't have the kind of set माथे नहीं है कि you don't have a lot of batting left. You have batting till number 7. तो अभी अगर इसमें अगर with 8 batsmen if you get below 49 उसमें भी तो I mean that is an achievement that will be held forever. I mean that it's very
Yeah.
tough. तो वो है पर that didn't happen. SRH got to a partnership with Klassen and Nitish Kumar Reddy to get them to a defendable total of 150. I mean, it was good that they did it, but one word for Mohammad Shami, bhai. I mean, 4 overs,
अरे
9 for 2.
Shami, I think Shami right now has the most dot balls bowled in this IPL right now. Most
I
dot
feel,
balls, like
see,
and by
boss,
a good
boss.
margin of difference.
The thing is that, boss, the thing is that I feel like if you just take this match, I feel like it is still more dot balls than many other bowlers in this IPL this right now. This match was crazy. 9 for 2 out of 4 overs is an
Uh,
amazing feat even in Test cricket.
most economical. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I don't have, see, we have told this enough.
अभी भी मॉनिटरिंग ही चल रही है भाई अभी भी मॉनिटरिंग
We have
चल रही है
told this enough. Lao ya Sham, go office. There is no other contention left. You have performed in domestics,
you
you have
can you
performed in IPL.
I don't think so the Indian team is seriously planning to play Prasidh Krishna in the World Cup भाई
I can't say much to this actually. Prasidh Krishna is being monitored more than Shamu. It's funny. It's funny now. It's just funny, the situation. But see, at the end of the day, I feel like LSG's batting order is, I think LSG and SRH are very similar team that way, except the bowling part. In the batting perspective, it's quite similar. Ki they are top heavy, very much they're top heavy. But after that, it's a bunch of nothingness, really. Your SRH did not play Livingston in the next match because they've had enough with him in one match already, which was 14 of 20, with his for 14 of 20. So after that, they just didn't want to play him again. So that 14 of 20 was a nail in the coffin. Ki, okay, we are done with him. So they'll just play three
मैंने
ODIs.
सलील अरोरा एटलीस्ट भाई 7 8 बॉल के अंदर 9 10 रन बना के चला जाता था ये तो 20 बॉल के लिए 14 बना रहा है भाई
Yeah, so the standards are that low for SRH right now. It's it shows,
Yeah.
but still took some sort of a good innings to get LSG to victory, which was a commendable performance by Rishabh Pant. Bhai, I feel like uh, I think in a 160 match, like I think the wicket was sort of like that. In a 160 match, you need quality batsmen that can take you forward. It shows the difference. Ki non-quality batsmen, जहाँ पे they're just flat road hitters. They get out here, and the quality batsmen step up, and that's what happened with Rishabh Pant. He read the situation well, and he then got to great, a great victory. The last he took it. He took it the last two. It's like a classic Dhoni innings, you can say, where people used to compare him to Dhoni a lot. So that happened really.
Yeah.
But see, we have bashed SRH for too long now, but we have some positives for them as well. Um, Puneet, can you like tell me about like your perspective of SRH's spin attack with Harsh Dubey and now a newfound Chinaman?
Yeah. I think right now that is the best thing that they have because they have a lot of problems in every department right now. When their own batting mentality is a problem, and then without Pat Cummins, their fast bowling attack is it looks very feeble, and its performance is also very bad. So that is a problem. And then the only thing that helps them that is currently like making them stay somewhat relevant in every match is their spin attack. Harsh Dubey and Shivang Kumar. Shivang Kumar, you always love to see a Chinaman bowl very well. When Chinaman is like a rare find. Chinaman is a rare find in cricket. So Chinaman performing this well is a great thing to see. And Harsh Dubey, like he did not have a great IPL in last 2 years because it was a lot of us expected from him a lot. But after performing so well in Ranji, like most wickets in a Ranji season, after that he had a very poor IPL season. So after that, when you bounce back like this again, because right now it's a tough game for the bowlers and especially the spinners. So yeah, Harsh Dubey making a mark. It feels really good to see as a cricket fan, and yeah, Hyderabad might have some less problems there, but yeah, overall, yeah, the spin attack is the only good thing that they have, and even their backup, Zishan Ansari, he was a great find last year. So yeah, overall, that is the only good thing that they have.
Yeah, and I feel like they need to go from flat trackers to minefields right now to have any sort of chance
Yeah, exactly. I
to,
miss
to
minefields.
because they have a very good spin attack. I mean, the domestic spin attack is commendable. I liked him a lot when he played against KKR as well in Eden Gardens. I mean, that he didn't get a wicket, but he bowled tight lines, and I love to see that from a channel. So again, that happened. LSG won that match. So they're winning matches. LSG somehow they're winning matches. Goenka's magic. one can say. So some of them making matches count, and
And
yeah, but
we were celebrating RCB and other teams, Punjab and all, and meanwhile LSG just won the World Cup.
two times in 1 week. Goenka crying himself out in the in the two matches. That was funny, yaar. I mean, I think even he knows that LSG won't make it to the playoffs. So just make every match a World Cup victory. Right? So
Yeah.
that is the funny part. But yes, going forward, I feel like well, I think I'm going to give you the stage because the next match was RCB versus CSK. You were actually very scared. We were very scared of saying anything. कुछ बोला नहीं था प्रोनीत को before the match कि jinx ना हो जाए ये क्या हो जाए वो क्या हो जाए. But it ended up in an ideal result. RCB's batting lineup is ideal, right? I mean, what do you have to say for that? It was, I think, one of the most satisfying performances from an RCB fan's point of view. So much of trolling by CSK fans, and now RCB just stomping over CSK like they're nothing. It's funny right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's lovely to see how the tables turned. And like after a lot of years of like agony while facing CSK, now we will have some good times now. And yes, if you talk about the performance on Sunday, last Sunday, it was great to see. It was a very ideal betting performance, if you ask me. And that is because, first of all, the pitch was not very good to start off for the batters. The pitch was offering a lot for paces, and it was like nipping back in, and like the ball was doing a lot from the pitch. And then they had quality bowler like Khalil Ahmed, and Anshul Kamboj was also getting his type of bowling. He was also getting a lot of help from the pitch because his type of bowling actually suited that kind of a pitch in the starting, the way it behaved. So yeah, Kohli and Salt without boundaries. They were like run a ball for the first 3 overs. And after that, Kohli took the initiative and he went for going. He went for going big. Meanwhile, Salt was already struggling with form. So yeah, Salt took his time. Kohli was aggressor, and after that, Kohli got out. Patikal and Salt. Patikal took his time. Salt went for runs, and then after that, this cycle continued. Salt got dismissed. Patikal started attacking. Uh, Patidar started attacking as well, but like he somewhat took his time. And then after that, Patidar started attacking as well, and then Tim David took his time for first 5 6 balls, and then both of them bashed CSK together, especially after that no ball. So yeah, lovely to see this complete batting performance from RCB, and yeah, and more no balls are waiting. I feel against us, more no balls against us. Like when we are batting, so तब no ball देते रहो यार, मजा आता है ऐसे no
I
ball
mean,
देखने में
I think
ग्राउंड के
CSK
बाहर.
just sealed their match point of. I think CSK just sealed their match when that noble siren was heard. It was like a horror music for CSK.
फिस्ट बम भाई, फिस्ट बम दे दिया भाई. उसे खुद पता था वो क्या करने वाला है भाई.
I mean, you don't want to anger a person like Tim David. He's a monster, bro. You can't. If you bowl him, just keep quiet. You don't want to anger people like Tim David, Pollard, or Russell, like those kind of people. Just keep your you keep yourself shut. You got the wicket, celebrate and go on. I mean, that noble was deadly. I think RCB got like 30 runs more just because of Tim David's like
Yeah.
onslaught, really.
Last
So
5 overs, भाई, second highest number of runs in last 5 overs, 97.
97. I mean, all thanks to Tim David for that, really. But yeah, I mean, going with so much positives for RCB, there's still a lot of negatives for CSK because CSK's top order looks very nice on paper, but they just couldn't do anything. And I feel like that can happen, of course, at the start of the tournament. But you need crisis men for it. I think what CSK lack is crisis men. They lack someone like Devil Brevis to have a partnership with someone like Shivam Dubey to go on because see the price tag for Veer and what was his name, Karthik Sharma, is there. That is the pressure there. But
Karthik Sharma.
I mean, it's like a see, they're still domestic players. You can't define them by how much money they've earned. So I mean, the demand supply is there, but you need to grow them. It's like an investment for the future. What CSK have done. So to play them both in the matches, you don't really have too much expectations from them. Like Deval Brothers is there. So in the future, I mean CSK need crisis man. That okay. if top order does not perform, we need someone to hold the innings. That was the whole thing. Sarfaraz Khan did really
I
well.
think the best, like two of the best crisis men that CSK had was Raina and Dhoni. And
Yeah, and now
Dhoni again, after Raina went away, he was unsold. And then Dhoni again was very much out of form for the last 3 years. Like he's of course he has aged and he's there not in his best form.
yeah,
So
I
again,
mean,
that's the problem.
yeah,
No
I think that
replacement.
hole is still there. I think the number four, number five, Shivam Dubey is there, yes, but you need someone to have a partnership with Shivam Dubey together, like much like DC do. Like they have DC crisis men have been working overtime because their top order hasn't been performing at all. So I mean, you need
Yeah.
someone like Tristan Stubbs or someone like Samir Rizvi to hold the innings.
If you ask me, DC is a team full of crisis men. Like the
Huh.
thing is, they are always in a crisis and always there's one man carrying. So that
They
is the
always
problem.
find ways to make a crisis about them, but we're not talking about them
Yeah,
right now.
exactly. Exactly.
But yes, I mean, I think that's what they need to do because they still went on to they went to 200. We can say that RCB's bowling was a bit callous, yes, because they let
Yeah,
CSK get
exactly.
away with it,
Perfect.
and they need to do that. That they need to focus on NRR a bit because yes, they look one of the strongest teams, but if by chance it comes to like a top four situation where they're tussling for top four, NRR goes a long way. So they could have done an embarrassing defeat, but at the end it was a one. I think it was like a very one-sided match at that. But yeah, great match. CS Proneet's spine was very wide after that match. And it was like more of a relief that okay, now we're dominant over CSK. It's not a rivalry anymore. I can say that much as an outside point of view. It doesn't look like a rivalry. All of these matches have been really been RCB's way. So yeah, that is it. Next completed
I'm wearing
match
yellow, by the way.
for CSK fans to to not hate you right now.
Yeah,
that
मैंने सिद्धेश के साथ जो किया था भाई मैंने of course the viewers won't be knowing that because we won't be posting that on social media.
it's too embarrassing, really, to show that.
Yeah,
But we're moving on because league stage ke matches hai. One important matches come soon. KK versus Punjab at Eden Gardens. See, no results, so we don't have a lot to say. KK started badly. People are saying ki KK would have lost another match, but KK got Rockman powerless. A crisis man again. Like he's a crisis man who takes teams out of situations.
yeah.
He does that for West Indies, and who knows what could have happened. But that was a no result. Next match was also Rain Curlte. Guwahati match, and it turned out to be 11 over match that belonged to a person who likes to think the world is chain kuli की main kuli, and वहां से batting को पूरा लेकर गया. Pune has a very disappointing match because what's about to come next. It's Vaibhav Suryavanshi, by the way. I have no idea how a 15-year-old bats like that, really. He has the audacity to hit Bumrah for a six first ball. First ball. I mean, what is he made of? I mean, I have nothing to say. It's like that one will
When
define the match.
this is like peak example of like 15 years of old versus 15 years of experience.
And 15-year-old is winning, by the way. I can say 15-year-old is winning. So I told before the season ki Suryavanshi may have second season boost because people will research on him too much. Because now people will find flaws in his techniques, etc. I can't see that yet. I can't see that yet. He's even better than last season, it feels
Guy's
like.
unreal, guy. This
I,
guy's unreal. Like if you ask me, like there's a stat that Suryavanshi right now. I saw a list of like batters of like legends that Suryavanshi has surpassed in records versus Bumrah, like sixes, fours, something like that. All the record, there's a whole list of players, and like there's a record that against Bumrah, the most number of sixes against Bumrah in power play is by one batsman, that is Kohli, and that is three sixes. Three sixes. Suryavanshi hit two in his very first over.
yeah, so I mean, Kohli's record will not stay for longer as well. Really.
Yeah.
It should. And I mean, to pair it up as well, we often forget Jaiswal's, I mean, heroics as well. To tear apart MI's bowling lineup like that, I mean, it shows India's bench strength to not have Jaiswal even in the squad of a T20 or World Cup, really. Even in the squad, he's not finding a place. Shocking, really shocking. I can't think of Jaiswal not being there in anyone's squad.
And
Except,
at this point, if you ask me, like Shubman Gill, Jaiswal are like a better pair right now than the Abhishek Sharma Samson.
yeah, I can't say too much because it's we have won a World Cup. I even have a complaint for anything. So really, for Suryavanshi and Jaiswal, they RR have found a great opening pair that can go a long way because both of these are very young and really they can have these people for as long as they want. Really. So RR have found like RR have literally batted MI out of the game because getting 150 of 11 overs is humongous pressure. Then you have bowlers like Sandeep Sharma who always takes legendary wickets like Rohit or Kohli. And then you have great bowlers. You have Ravi Bishnoi on your side. He's doing amazingly well. So really, boss, no chance for MI. It shows how Rajasthan this time can make it a hullabaloo season where they can have the second title. Really, I'm putting it out there quite early because it's still getting to one-sided scenarios with top teams like him. So and बाद में RCB के साथ. So really, some teams have to do really well to get over Another. So
Yeah.
good luck to them, really. And one more thing I just want to say that the thing is that MI's bowling attack looks great on paper, like Jasprit Bumrah, Trent Bolt, Deepak Chahar. But other than Bumrah, no one seems as effective, right, Proneet? No one seems as effective in the bowling.
Bolt, yeah, exactly, exactly. Bolt has lost his speciality. I feel like Bolt right now is being used more in the middle overs than in the power play. He's given just one over in the power play. Like that is not something. Bolt is a player who can give you 3 overs in the power play and then give you one in the death. That kind of a bowler, that kind of a power play beast is Trent Bolt. So like he's on that level with somebody like a Bhuvneshwar Kumar or somebody like a Praveen Kumar used to be, or like somebody like a Jasprit Bumrah. So like in power plays, like Trent Bolt is a different kind of a beast. So if you're ignoring that strength of his and making him bowl in the middle overs, and then Bolt is doing fairly well in the middle overs, but yeah, again it is just like of a crisis management for himself. Like when he's not doing well in one place, he's trying to make up for his power play problems. So that kind of a thing, Bolt is basically changing his style of play. That
Right.
is a problem with him right now. And then you have Deepak Chair, who is inconsistent, and then Allah Ghazanfar, I think, took 2 wickets. I think he got the wicket of Jurel and Suryavanshi. So, yeah, Ghazanfar, nah, not Suryavanshi, somebody else, I forgot, Parag or something. So, yeah, Ghazanfar is a good talent, is a great talent, but like again, he's also getting bashed for runs. He is getting you a few wickets, but yeah, he's getting bashed for runs as well. So, overall, there is inconsistency in the bowling lineup. Like completely different from what it looks in the on paper. So yeah, that is the whole thing about even their batting. Mumbai's batting form wise, apart from the top order, is actually a bit problematic.
Yeah. So MI need to really find forms within these star players. They can really find it. It's not like their first time to not have uh,
नहीं भाई,
form.
संडे के बाद भाई, आरसीबी
So,
मैच के बाद फॉर्म ले लो.
so if they can get a well-rounded attack against the RCB in Wankhede
अबे भाई,
tomorrow.
खेल खत्म हमारे अगेंस्ट क्यों भाई? हम क्यों खेल हमारा क्यों खेल खत्म करो?
No, but on seriously, I mean, what MI need to do is find form. Find form to do well. So that is the message. Next match we have,
Yeah.
I think most thriller, the most watchable thriller in IPL history. Really, like I think IPL 2026 first memorable match was GT versus DC because so many things to really talk about, and you have to just put it down to 2 3 points. I'm talking about this match because GT batted really well. Then DC came back with the ball a bit because after top order there was nothing to really. It was like defense job. Then go on to DC batting well. Rahul scoring a 92. then suddenly DC losing their way, Miller getting back, and then Miller not choosing to run in two of two. So, I mean, I think every person in the world was thinking, how come do you not run a two of two? Really? Proneet, what do you make of that? Like, was this a brain fade really, or was this some thought behind it that, okay, I'm going to back myself?
I think we can make up endless scenarios of what Miller was thinking, but yeah, at the end of the day, I think it is like the way he was disappointed after the match. I think there were some clips of him actually crying about what he did in the end. So yeah, I think he decided to back himself because he thought that two of one is nothing, nothing. It's not a tough job, but yeah, again, it's the last ball of the match. It can decide everything. So yeah, that is we have seen great finishers unable to finish when it's two off one. And you
Right.
know who I'm talking about. Just a bit of friendly fire. So yeah, a lot of things have happened. A lot of things have happened.
Are
Like
you talking about
so yeah,
Shardul
even
Thakur? Talking about Shardul
yeah,
Thakur,
yeah, yeah. I'm definitely talking about him. So yeah,
2019.
like 19, yeah, 19 Balinga. So yeah, if the greatest finishers of this generation cannot finish a two of one, then I think you are not much to blame there if you are backing yourself. So yeah, and Kuldeep Yadav again, I think he's a capable batsman to at least get a single. भाई बैट पे
Yeah.
लगे के भाग तो सकता है कुलदीप. तो
I mean,
पता नहीं
yeah,
यार
I'm
क्या सोचा उस मोमेंट में.
logically you think two of two, you have a run on offer, take it because GT cannot win a match now. They have to go through a super over to win a
Exactly,
match.
you will directly eliminate them out of the match.
Huh. But in two of one, it's like gambling. Ki bhai, I'm going to win the match for DC, but there's a chance that I might miss it. And he missed it. So ah, it hurts. It hurts. It stings. It'll sting for some time. I think it still stings for Miller that 2 points were right there, and because of him, like I'll not say because of him because he took the match to the end, but at the end he will blame himself for it. So he needs to make up something to get DC over the line. Like I think he'll be finding ways to get DC to win matches. So that's the whole thing. But that defined the whole
It's
match.
Delhi after all.
It's Delhi after
दिल्ली
all.
कैपिटल्स की जगह चोकर्स बना दो भाई.
Like in both WPL and IPL, by the way, both of them have the same role.
MI and RCB battle to play the final versus DC, to win the final versus DC.
It's funny, bhai, really. It's sad as well. It's sad as well. So
Yeah.
that really encompassed the whole match. It showed the whole match. DC lost for the. It's a appalling stat. Two of two. It either went to a win for the batting team or a super over. Never happened that a team lost after two of two. This was the first time, and only DC
भाई
can do.
क्या
So,
बोलूं क्या बोलूं अब भाई.
but yeah, I mean, quite. I couldn't keep myself off the chair when I saw this match. Really, as a neutral perspective, he was chilling. I can't really know for the DC fans and the limited GT fans how what they thought of it. But
I
moving,
just have one thing to say. I just have one thing to say
yeah.
before we move on. Is that Shubman Gill's performance in this match was, I think, something to note down because
Mhm.
Shubman Gill's batting style completely, I think, changed in this IPL because from match one we have seen a different form of Shubman Gill. He,
Right.
he has this intent that he and Josh Butler are like similar kind of players, I feel, because they are the ones who take the first 2-3 overs of the power play and after that start attacking. And that is the style of play. Like they don't go for rash shots from ball one. But we are seeing a Shubman Gill that is charging the bowler from ball one. Like he was somebody who used to accelerate in the middle overs, not in the death, not in the starting. He used to do nothing, but he used to attack the spinners so well in the middle overs before. But right now he has changed his play that he is attacking the fast bowlers from ball one. He's charging them, like somewhat like he evolved his game. That is a better way to say it. I think he evolved his game, and what was required from him, like that was one of the main reasons why he was left out from the World Cup squad. So yeah, that is, I think, a great enhancement in his game, and yeah, again, great signs for India, Gujarat, everyone. So yeah, that is the whole thing.
I think you need to keep evolving yourself as a batsman to find cases in all the formats, really. And an all format player like him, evolution is necessary, and it's quite prevalent that he's working on his tech. He's been excellent against spin as well. Usually, people think that he's a great pace batter, and of course, he is still. But to show evolution against spin as well, especially when you're more capable of playing middle overs in ODIs and then, of course, in home conditions tests, it goes along. So yeah, it's positive that GT have that kind of skill set within Shubman. But continuing, next match, another back-to-back big thrillers. This one is a 180 thriller. It's like taking us back at flashbacks where we used to have 160, 180 thrillers, 200 thrillers. This time, it's at the wrong side. I'm quite disappointed that happened. KKR versus LSG, I'm talking about. Disappointed to see myself on the see our team on the wrong side of it. But I love thrillers like these. This is what keeps IPL to be IPL. Really. Domestic talent, experienced players having a clash with each other. That's what happened. And Mukul Chaudhary out of nowhere, KKR were dominant the match. It was ending up to be a one-sided match. Out of nowhere did Mukul Chaudhary literally took the match out of KKR, really. And to be very honest, to pull off a performance like that, the best chance you have is against KKR, where they have a very inexperienced bowling. So that was a whole summary of the match. Proneet, did you see that match? Really? Did you closely see that match?
I think I was sleeping. I was sleeping most of the time. But yeah, when I heard that, like, of course, it was a KKR LSG game. Least interested. I
But
was not at
always
all
wait
interested
a
in
minute
this
though.
match. So
Wait
yeah,
a minute though. There is always some kind of thrillers that always happen between KK and LSG. Last four matches always thrillers. It went on to the last
yeah,
one. So it's
yeah,
very
exactly,
it's
exactly. A lot of
it's
thrillers have happened. Like the rise of Rinku Singh. The rise of
yeah,
Rinku
right.
Singh happened from a certain KKR LSG match
Yeah,
where Evan Lewis
exactly.
took a one-handed stunner. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was the whole thing.
It's like
KKR LSG is
KK
always entertaining to watch.
KK LSG is, I think, turning out to be a rivalry kind of scenario where LSG are getting away with it right at the moment, but it's getting really close. So, yeah,
A
continue,
rivalry
please.
that nobody asked for.
And nobody asked for out of nowhere, you see KK and LSG playing one of the best matches in the IPL. I have to be very honest with you. But
Yeah,
really,
exactly. Exactly. So yeah, I turned on the TV. I turned on the TV, I think in the 12th, 13th over. 12th, 13th over, I think I turned on TV in the second innings. I watched a bit of the finish in the first innings. I think the death overs, KKR's death overs batting. I saw that. And from then again, I went off to sleep and then last few overs. Then the last few overs, I saw that they needed some 60 of 28 or something like that. That was a 50 of 55 of 30. 55 of 30. That was the equation with Ayush Badoni and somebody else. Upul Chaudhary was not there till then. Somebody else, Abdul Samad. Abdul Samad. So I think they both can easily pull off the victory from there. But then suddenly out of nowhere, like Abdul Samad, Badoni, a set Badoni of 54. He made a very well. He made a very good constructed 54. So Badoni and then Mohammad Shami, like three wickets fell off randomly out of nowhere. So
right.
after that, Mukul Chaudhary with the great finisher of all time, greatest finisher of all time, Avesh Khan. So yeah, Mukul Chaudhary stitched a it is the biggest partnership, eight down or below, eight down or seven down below. I don't remember something like that, seven down or eight down below in a winning cause. And this is a specialty of about IPL. Like random names emerge out of nowhere, emerge just out of nowhere. Like you see, like some people remember a certain Unmukh Chand, like some careers ended like that. So and there are some careers like Jasprit Bumrah that started off with the wicket of Virat Kohli. So and now we have new talents emerging daily. So that is a specialty of IPL. So that is what you love to see. And being in Kolkata as a RCB fan, I love to see KKR lose. So yeah, that is I enjoyed that a lot. I'm
That's
saying I
that's
don't know what type
uh,
of hate I will get, but yeah,
no, that's Shah Rukh Khan. That movie from Shah Rukh Khan. I forget its name. Where in the wall it shows Gaddar. You literally that kind of Gaddar. Being a Kolkata you're supporting RCB. That
yeah,
is
exactly. Lived in
tre-
Kolkata my whole life, but never supported
treacherous,
KKR. Never even liked
treacherous.
KKR.
Treacherous. But other than that, I mean, coming back to the match, it's KKR gave them the best opportunity, really. This is the best 11 they could have produced. I feel sad for them, by not being just a KKR fan, but I think everyone around the IPL contingent, like the experts, mostly are saying it's sad that KKR they don't even have options to play with. They don't, like at the auction, you have, I'm going to just tell you the bowling lineup KKR could have had if we got the team that we bought in the auction. We would have had an option for Mustafizur Rahman, Matisha Pathirana, Harshit Rana, Dev Vaibhav Arora, Varun Chakravarti, Sunil Narine, Cameron Green. This is a good bowling
Yeah, on
lineup.
paper, this is like
It's
solid.
great.
This is solid
Then
8 out of 10.
then four of them disappeared. Then the fifth Cameron Green didn't even bowl for the first three matches. It is unfortunate. It is unfortunate, and it will show in matches like these that inexperience shows. Here, when there's a situation where someone is batting very well, you need temperament. You can't buy temperament. You can't buy temperament out of anyone. It's not. You cannot buy them. It's within players, and at the moment, KKR just lost within. It's good that Cameron Green
Yeah,
is back into.
just one
Yeah,
thing I want to add is that about the temperament part that you said, the temperament part that you said, Mukul Chaudhary in the last few overs, he was like blind slogging, if you ask me. Like in the first initial phase, when he was not set, he was on 2 of 8. He was blind slogging a bit for like 2, 3 balls. He got a few boundaries here and there. But after that, it was a Karthik Tyagi over where he hit a boundary in a weird way, like a short ball like
helicopter.
that over covers. So exactly, that was a helicopter, and that is where he got the momentum. That is where he got the momentum and got set. So that short ball that he hit for six out of nowhere to Karthik Tyagi, that mini weird helicopter, and that is where he got the momentum. Like he got 2, 3 boundaries out of nowhere. That was like he was unsettled and all. And after that, those that helicopter shot, I feel that is where he got the momentum. And after that, Tyagi fed him a full toss, which he deposited again far back into the crowd. And after that, he was like very well set. That was over when he got set. And after that, he was being fed those very bad length short balls that are easy to pull and like easy to deposit in the ground. And like he was being fed those kind of balls. Like we practiced those kind of balls. So that is the exact problem, and that is the exact mistakes that the bowlers, KKR bowlers did. And that is where they lost the match, especially like Cameron Green, Vaibhav Arora. They gave him that kind of balls. And then Vaibhav Arora in the last over, I think he bowled really well in the whole match. Like this is something I don't say about Vaibhav Arora because we know how he bowls. So exactly. So after that, in the last over, he lost his temperament. But yeah, again, that shot, he got the game back for KKR a bit, 7 of 2. But that shot of Mukul Chaudhary was unbelievable. That weird helicopter. Again, he was hitting helicopters everywhere. Every shot was a helicopter. His wrists are crazy, bhai. His wrists are crazy. Like that. I
Elastic
think he really
wrists.
had a great post clarity. He had a really great post clarity in the match.
Yeah,
So yeah, exactly.
as I said,
The
see,
great thing about IPL is this.
yeah, I think, again, Navdeep Saini, Karthik Tyagi have played IPL before. They have experienced that kind of pressure before. But every time pressure is something new. At that moment, it doesn't feel like you have experienced these kind of things. You need to experience them again and again and again to get to that scenarios. They haven't. KKR don't have that kind of attack to have it. And in these scenarios, when they don't have that kind of an attack, you're bound to lose matches like these whenever there's someone who's playing as beautifully as Mukul Choudhary in that match. Because in that moment, you feel like, okay, if we bowl him wide Yorkers consistently or something like that, and one thing is planning, clarity, giving clarity to the bowlers. The other part is executing. You have inexperienced bowlers like Karthik Tyagi and Navdeep Saini. It will be very difficult. It will be very difficult for them to maintain that kind of line. Cameron Green just came out of injury, and especially he's not a death over bowler by any means. He has, I don't think he has ever bowled in death overs as much. That was like a SOS signal by Rahane where you have Karthik Tyagi or Navdeep Saini to bowl in the 19th over. He thought that, oh my god, the match will be over by here. You have to give it to Cameron because all of the bowlers are tired. So really, I can't blame Rahane too much because you don't have resources to play with, and it goes a long way. Really, inexperience goes a long way in that. So it's KKR. I'm very sorry, KKR, and I'm saying this with the bottom of my heart. It's very difficult for them to get out of scenarios like these. And get 2 points when you have an experience in your bowling attack. They'll be eagerly waiting for Matisha
We will
Patiran.
play CSK, bhai. We will play CSK. Don't worry.
Again, see, you have to still bowl You have to still play good cricket to win. It's what's important. Winning matches is not like I think right now it's winning matches which is important. Like get 2 points somehow. That is the main thing. But for a long term scenario, they need to solve this up somehow because it's unfortunate what they've landed with, but you have to make do with what you have to make. And I feel like they have done something positive. I feel like this is the best 11 they have. I feel like without blessing Wizardamani, taking Powell in, strengthening that middle order is a good thing because now KKR can go to power totals. When if the top order doesn't do well, they have someone like Powell to power the innings to the end, especially when Rinku Singh doesn't is not in good form by any means. So his responsibility also goes down. So yeah, I mean problems with KKR that has there. LSG also have problems because their batting lineup after Baduni is also kind of non-existent. But this Mukul Chaudhary masterclass will help. This will help a lot. 2 points they'll take any day. I mean, Pant was smiling himself when he came out, like, oh my god, we won this. There's no way we won this. Really.
आज गोयनका साहब का सुनना नहीं पड़ेगा.
Really. So that happens. I think these kind of matches happen, but good cricket needs to be played. That's what's important. And next match, talking about good cricket, the 15-year-old strikes back, and it was against my very own CNE founder, Proneet Khatak, who is now the receiving end of Vaibhav Suryavanshi's wrath. Proneet, what was going through your mind when you saw Vaibhav Suryavanshi beating the hell out of someone like Josh Hazelwood or Bhuvneshwar Kumar?
First thing was that and my first reaction was that ये नहीं हो सकता यार, ये नहीं हो सकता है, ये दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल. ये क्या हो रहा है यार? अरे बच्चे को निकालो यार, बच्चे को निकालो, ये क्या कर रहा है बच्चा यार? भाई
He
मैंने
just
दिस
he
इज
just
रियली
took out any
क्रेजी.
possibility of RCB winning. 100 of 6 overs. What you can do from there, really?
100 of 6 overs and the 70 is from this guy, bhai.
Yeah.
70 alone from this guy. क्या बंदा है भाई. मतलब भुवनेश्वर कुमार 9 balls 24 runs, Hazelwood 4 balls 18 runs, and अभिनंदन सिंह यार, निकालो यार अभिनंदन सिंह को हट. भाई क्या है भाई, क्या एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहे हो यार अभिनंदन सिंह के साथ. From match one, he has been nothing but a bashing option for the opponents. Like I saw meme that he's the most 2019, 2018, 19 RCB coded player ever, coded bowler ever. Like in this current scenario, like last few years, I've never seen a bowler who gets bashed for no reason. Like I have never seen a bowler that is being targeted so much just to bash. And if you look at this decision nationally, I feel this is a very bad decision because when you have somebody like a Mangesh Yadav who is consistently performing in all domestic formats, all domestic leagues, for Madhya Pradesh as well, so he's giving you those performances and he gives you that left arm option as well. With the absence of Yash Dayal, he was the best like for like replacement, and another best thing about him was that he gives you the strength with the bat as well. He gives you that strength with the bat. He gives you those finishes. He's known for those finishes. He has some like 250 strike rate or something like that in domestic circuit. So when you have that kind of strike rate and when you are the best death bowler in your team and you are the left arm option as well. So but I don't know why he's out of the squad. So that is the first big question for RCB. And then wake up calls, if you ask me, another wake up call is that selecting the impact player. In this match, if you're playing Abhinandan, then at least don't play him in the playing 11 because if you don't give in Suyash, I think if Suyash was in the 11, things might have been a bit different because see similar kind of cricket happened against Rajasthan last year as well. One might remember the Chinnaswamy game where Hazelwood like saved our just beep this, but Hazelwood saved her asses in that match, defending 18 of 12. So yeah, in that match, Suyash was a very important bowler, and Suyash has been that kind of important bowler in those 13 to 16, in that 13 to 16 phase. He has been that kind of, and he can give you that 1 over in the death as well. So he's that good of a spinner. And if all you already don't have a proper like stability there, and if you don't play Suyash, you just have zero bowling in that place. So that is the problem with RCB right now. And batting, I feel batting in this match for RCB was SRH brand of cricket. That is a proper way to put it, because we really played that kind of cricket, and that was disappointing to see, because I honestly hate the way SRH play, hate the mentality of SRH, and RCB were somewhat trying to do that, and that is why we lost wickets. And Kohli got us to a start somehow, but again, then everybody was trying to bash, everybody got out trying to hit. So I think nobody tried to stay in the crease, build the innings, and that it was only the captain Rajat Patidar. Excellent innings from him under pressure, and I think that is what saved the match for us, and actually saved us from
Absolutely.
embarrassment. Saved us from embarrassment. That is the only thing. And Venkatesh Iyer, what a great finish from him as well. 200 strike rate finish. So yeah, overall that
Absolutely.
is the whole thing that sums up RCB's performance. And great, great performance from Suryavanshi. Like he is just a mad kid out there. Like बोलते हैं ना खुला सांड छोड़ दिया है, हम लोग दानव छोड़ दिया है, सांड छोड़ दिया है, क्या सब बोलते हैं प्लेयर्स को, ये तो बच्चा छोड़ दिया है भाई, बच्चा छोड़ दिया है, क्या बोलूं मैं इसको अब. That is also, and Jurel, what a beautiful player he is. Like, it was frustrating to see from RCB's point of view, but it was a great innings from a cricket fan point of view. Like very much balanced innings, and one loves to see these kind of innings. And classic player, he's a very classy player, so underrated, underrated.
Yeah.
That is the perfect word for Jurel's place in the Indian circuit.
Yeah, I just want to say that I just want to add to the point of what you said about RCB's mentality going to this match of trying to hit everything, especially when it's a flat deck. You might want to have that kind of strategy, but I feel like taking your time is underrated in T20, actually. Really. T20 cricket in general. That in 20 overs, you still have time to take your time, take 5 to 10 balls, really, and then get set off, and then you can prepare for all the time you have taken, really. T20 cricket still gives you that kind of time. 20 overs is still long enough to give you 5 10 balls to uh, get going. Which Rajat Patidar took a lot of time because RCB lost 7 wickets in 10 overs. So Patidar took around 20 balls to get started, and still he ended up with around 200 strike rate. I think what RCB have disappointed is where they have capable players who can start off cautiously and then get off to an innings like that. Virat Kohli is the best example of that. He takes like 10 to 15 balls usually. He has changed that about him in the last 2 years, especially when the impact was team. But he changed that kind of thing about himself. But when he recognizes situations where RCB are losing wickets at one end, it is disappointing to see that RCB have this kind of talent where they understand situations so well, but yet they couldn't do that in the match. Good thing about Ara's bowling that they didn't let them, but the way that the batsman got out, Padikkal got out, Virat Kohli got out, like trying to hit the balls out of the 30-yard circle, it was disappointing to see. That's why RCB were forced to get Venkatesh Iyer in because somehow they needed to get to 200, or else it would not have been possible. And really, it's a 230 wickets, by the way, how they were played. It was, I,
When you have Abhinandan, you need to score 270. Otherwise, you cannot win.
yeah, I mean, you have to have that kind of capability in your head to have that kind of hindsight where we might land in trouble, then we have to make scenarios. I think RCB didn't land into trouble enough in the last season and in this season to start with to have this kind of thought process. Well, where wait a minute, in the impact player scenarios, we need to have someone as backup in impact player. You thought of that to be Venkatesh Iyer. That's how why you took him. But you need to think of bowlers as well. That okay, if in a situation we have 5 bowlers left, we just have 5 bowlers. Who are our best 5 bowlers to bowl? Is Josh Hazelwood, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Suyash Sharma, Krunal Pandya, and then the fifth bowler who you want. And one more person I might be missing, but that's what you want to do because then you're forced to bowl someone like Tim David, who has no experience bowling at all, and Abhinandan Singh, who has just not been good enough in IPL at all. So that's really sums up our RCB's performance. So they just need to see that kind of thing. But Proneet, rest assured, I think no one's telling that as well. No alarm sets. RCB can lose matches, and this can be a great learning curve for them to get better. Really. to be very honest. No trouble signs. Like unless they lose the next match against MI, it's a very capable opposition again. Then
MI. I mean, and the difference is that like against CSK, I was scared of embarrassment because if we
uh,
lost against a team like CSK right now, it would be embarrassing. But
hmm,
yeah, losing against a quality side like RR, but again, it is sad to see that we have the caliber to do so well because how many teams can you name right now that can go from 94 for 6 in 12, 13 overs to 201 for 8?
absolutely,
That is the
absolutely,
caliber that RCB have. If even
yeah.
if like one or two players got to good starts again, like Salt got to a good start or Particle got to a good start, like 25, 30 runs, we could have got to a 230. So
Hmm,
230, 240. That was like easily achievable. Like if you're getting to these kind of totals on your very bad day, on your worst day, you're going 201. So then
right,
how good can you be on your best days, on your average days? So that is the caliber that RCB have, and it's sad to see that you are not using that caliber every day. You need to use that caliber every day and maintain that consistency to win championships consecutively if you're going to win it again. So that is the
right.
thing you need, consistency.
Yep. And defending a title isn't the easiest thing in the world. So some hard work is required. Going around in social media saying that we're going to be attacking champions, you need to have that kind of mindset as well. So you need to have that kind of attacking mindset. It's not that they did bad, really. It's not like they did bad. They just got owned by a 15-year-old. And it's not like Vaibhav is just owning RCB, he's owning everybody at the moment. So, but still, I have a lot of expectations from RCB. When I see them play, it's supposed to be perfect to get, and it was not perfect to be honest. But enough talking about RCB and RR. We go to another side. We go to Chennai. Sorry, I'm sorry. We go to SRH versus PBKS. This match, it was a typical SRH innings, really. Typical SRH from batting and bowling. It shows why SRH cannot qualify. I told you in the last video, Proneet, that if they manage to get to top five, I'm going to do something that you say. It's not happening. It's not happening by any stretch of words. SRH's batting
Nah, nah, not
looks,
even close.
yeah, SRH's batting look watered down after 6 overs, and SRH's bowling looks as bad as
Power
ever.
play merchants.
Power play motions, really. And with a complete side at Punjab, 220 is not enough. 220 is not enough with that kind of bowling, really. But
Punjab, but both are very weird teams. Like SRH is a done and dusted, washed team, I would say, with that mentality. But I don't know how they went to the final in 2024. I mean, that is a mystery to me, honestly.
I think it
But
was a novelty
if you
factor.
look at,
It was a no. I think 2024 was the first year where SRH believed in scoring 250 plus. I think that's where the trend started. So that was a novelty
yeah,
factor. But once teams figured out their weaknesses, I mean, it's always been a bad thing for them. So yeah,
exactly. So yeah, SRH, let's just skip SRH, why nobody cares. Khatam, baat khatam karo SRH ki. Like I want to talk about legit good teams who have the potential right now. At least who have the potential. Like, SRH is done. SRH has just skip them, bhai. Just skip them. And there was a quit, khatam, pack up. So
and
yeah,
SIH
that
are
is the thing.
done. Done. छोड़ दो यार. Like, I feel like,
Yeah,
say for teams like KKR as well, KKR are actually thinking about doing something. They are made an attack. SRH have not made any repair work in the last 2 years. They just refuse to think that this is the kind of,
Vettori ball.
they just refuse to think that SRH have flaws. They refuse to think that, which is why I find it disgusting. They need to change something. They're just refusing. But yes, talk about
Yeah.
PBKs.
Yeah, PBKs. They are a very weird team again. I will always say that Punjab is a weird team to me. This Punjab because I really don't understand how they are winning. Like their winning is actually a lot questionable. I would say because Shashank Singh, Shreya Iyer, they are supposed to be the pillars. They are supposed to be the pillars in the middle. But Shashank is completely out of form. Like even today, during finishing, like when 18 was record of 18, he was again almost getting out again. A catch was dropped and all. Very much out of form. all the bowlers are out of form. Shashank Singh
Right.
is getting you wickets with the ball. He's not getting you runs, but he's getting you wickets of Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma. Like, what in the world is happening in the same over? That also in the same over. Like,
Right.
this is a madness. This is Marco Jansen, Vijay Kumar Vashik, Arshdeep Singh, Xavier Bartlett, Yuzvendra Chahal. Who is getting you wickets? Shashank Singh. That is like that is diabolical. That is just diabolical to think.
Right.
Arshdeep Singh is completely out of form. Every other bowler is getting hit for 14, 13, 14 economy. So that is concerning. And then suddenly Priyan Shari and Prabhsimran Singh with 250 strike rate 50s. Suddenly out of nowhere. Ponali after that one match he vanished. He somehow vanished after that first match. But again, like, and Shreyas Iyer is again doing a carry job. 350s in 4 matches is something that is a stat. So Shreyas Iyer is doing a carry job. I want to see some days when Shreyas Iyer actually fails. How on those days Punjab carries out their business in batting. That will be something important to see because those are like problematic times.
Yeah, and
And Punjab are
uh,
somehow just winning.
I,
Somehow
and
just winning. I'm
and
unable to understand how.
I still don't understand why Marcus Town is playing way down the order at fourth down or
Exactly.
five down. It's like Shashank Singh is preferred ahead of Marcus Town. Is what you want to portray Punjab? Why? And especially, I want to see them against good teams like RCB and MI and RR, how they fare because they are going to exploit this. It's not, you're going to be tested in all departments. And if you have Marcus Town is coming that late and Shashank Singh coming earlier, why? They're winning against SRH comfortably because SRH is not a competition anymore. But it's, it's taken aback, really, taken aback. So it could be a
Exactly.
potential problem for them, what I can see from it. So that is all.
Marcus Stoinis exactly just Marcus Stoinis had his most successful season at LSG at number 3. He did really well with RCB at number 5, and that just shows that his positions determined his performance. And he did fairly well with Delhi in those COVID years. But yeah, his best performances came in LSG and second best in RCB in those upper positions. So if you don't use him properly, you are going to suffer someday. So that is the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm waiting to see. Punjab is a wait and see. They haven't lost yet, but they haven't really they haven't shown us something that will be trophy winning side at the moment. But they again they have potential. So I want to see how they do,
They're
how they
somehow
perform.
just crossing the line.
Someone just crossing the line. So it's the same with DC. We want to talk about DC as well next week. But just what's happening? Like what we have to wait and see what's going to happen next week. I think we're going to get an idea what TBKs can do. Next match and the most recent match, CSK versus DC. CSK in desperate need of a win. Chennai, it's not their fort anymore. How they going to match DC's might? And they showed it. I mean, CSK's top order was the question mark. On paper, it's excellent, and they have performed how they would at paper. It's really amazing. Sanju Samson 100, 117 or 59, and they just lost 2 wickets to get to 212. Again, 212 with just 2 wickets lost. Weird, isn't it? I mean, I think with just two
Exactly.
wickets lost in
But
these kind
even
of
in the last
IPLs,
match, even in the last match against Punjab, they went to 210 for 2 or 3, something like that.
yeah. So, I mean, you're not losing wickets, then what are you doing? So, and it's again with like the kind of trend that is going on with IPL, 200 to 220 is not safe anymore. So, you would want to ideally get about 220 if you have so much of batting left, especially when you have like Deval Brevis and Surfraz Khan waiting. So, but they won.
Exactly.
They won. And I think, see, I told you in the start of the video as well when DC played. DC are just working with crisis men. They're just working with
Yeah.
crisis men.
Crisis team. The crisis team. The
Crisis.
team that is always in the crisis.
They're just working with crisis men, and at one time they will fail. It's not going to be like a guaranteed kind of scenario that they will always going to do the job because it's going to be it's they're
Exactly.
crisis men. It's when crisis happens. Crisis doesn't happen every year, every match. It doesn't happen like that, and I don't know why. Um,
It is like a prime Kohli. It is like prime Kohli. Bro doesn't perform in matches that are unimportant. He just performs
ah,
when there's a crisis.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, Pathum Nisanka has given a good start. I've liked that. Pathum Nisanka's form is good. Rahul is a concern. He's not been consistent with his runs that people expect him to. But the main concern comes with the middle order, where they're collapsing. Akshar Patel and one more player, I forget. As recently,
Hey,
Samir Rizvi.
Nitish Rana, Nitish Rana.
And Nitish Rana. Nitish Rana didn't even play this much. So, I mean, it's a big concern because in the sense that now you're desperate to get middle orders into play because you can't really milk every match out of David Miller or Tristan Stubbs. Poor man, David Miller is struggling with the trauma he had in the last match of not winning a match against DC or against GT. And then Tristan Stubbs trying his best, but he's running out of partners too. So, I mean, it shows. And against a very odd bowling lineup of CSK where they don't have that kind of strength, it's a big problem. The first two three matches we saw, and I've told you the last week as well. DC का वो problem है, crisis हो रहा है. They are collapsing. They're somehow getting over the line, but they're collapsing. But Proneet, you highly rate Tristan Stubbs. You saw the innings today as well.
Yeah.
How did you say that, and how did CSK do well to restrict him?
I think it's Tristan Stubbs. Honestly, I feel ran out of partners. That is the main thing because David Miller and Tristan Stubbs were actually going about well. They were actually accelerating well together. But again, when Miller got out, again Tristan Stubbs had to put his bat down a bit. But again, then Akib Nabi came in first ball four. I expected a lot from him, honestly. I expected a lot from Akib Nabi, and I think he disappointed me as well because he's a batter. He's a batter who can give you those runs in the end, and he has proven himself in domestics. So again, then after that, Tristan Stubbs just went about hitting, and he was actually going about well. But again, how far can you always go? You cannot always perform in all the matches, and sometimes you just need to create the platform yourself. But most of the times it is that you need somebody, at least one person at the other end supporting you. That is what Tristan Stubbs was not getting. And Stubbs is a great player of these kind of situations. He is probably the best player right now in this generation of cricketers in T20 format of hitting every ball. Stubbs is that guy who is like stabilizes the innings very well. So that is the best thing I like about Stubbs. And CSK did that very well because they did not let Stubbs settle after that Miller wicket. After that Miller wicket, they
Right.
just did not let Stubbs settle. They were changing bowlers here and there for 2 overs, 3 overs. And that's how they got the wicket. They got the wicket by, I think, exposing him to left hand pace more. He was getting
Right.
exposed to left hand pace more. I think that was one of the reasons where he could not convert the result to his team's favor.
Yeah, and also Anshul Kamboj and Jamie Overton did really well. After that RCB match, you needed
Yeah.
recorrection in a bowling lineup of how you want to go about your pace bowling. And Overton especially did really well to restrict DC and cause that kind of collapse. So if every team has that one kind of bowler that they can cause collapses. So DC again, very capable team, not performing. They're choking when it's needed the most. So it's a question mark, really. They're capable for the playoffs, but if MI get into form tomorrow against RCB, it's going to be a different story. So really. And on that note, now to finish the video with finishing, I want to ask you a question. Give us your prediction for the next week. What will happen?
I don't want to give. I don't want to give any prediction. I don't want to give any prediction.
No, it's
Please,
not just about RCB,
please.
but no, it's not just about RCB. Just give me like a team that'll surprise you pleasantly or like negatively. Anything that will be the most talked about team for the week. Like they'll have a change of tactics and they might do well or do fairly bad. What do you think? In logical,
Honestly, if you look at this scenario right now, I think I really okay, but like okay, logically speaking, I think that this RCB MI match, I think this will be a very vital match because I think both the teams are in similar conditions right now, similar situations right now, and on paper, like MI are having that problem with the on paper. They are like full of like beasts, but then they are not giving the performance on the field. That is the problem for them. And RCB again are having that selection issues a bit. So I think when both of that clash, I think that will result into something like that will go on long enough for either of these teams in this tournament. So that will be a really crucial thing to take away from that match. And if you ask about other teams, then I feel CSK might actually get 2-3 wins under their belt in the next 5 to 6 matches. So
Uh,
they might win 40 to 50% of their matches. They might actually do
guys,
that. So I
hopefully
think
after the KKR match. Hopefully after like give KKR a win, please. I'm begging. Just give
धोनी
us
आ रहा है
two
तो
points.
केकेआर मैच में तो धोनी आ रहा है पिछली बार
Arey,
तो किल
please,
दिया
yaar,
था धोनी ने
give us 2 wins, 2 points, please. I'm desperate.
गिव आरसीबी 2 पॉइंट्स अगेन भाई एमआई के अगेंस्ट मत मत खत्म हो जाओ यार आरसीबी को भी 2 पॉइंट दे दो यू नो
Yeah,
दैट इमोजी भाई दैट
begging,
इमोजी
begging,
वो इमोजी था
begging.
ना
Yeah, yeah, वो
एग्जैक्टली
दे दो यार.
आरसीबी इज नॉट इवन अ बैड टीम आई एम जस्ट स्कैर्ड भाई प्लीज यार जीत जाओ भाई
KKR is
प्लीज
a bad team. Give me a 2 points. I'll be happy. Against CSK at least, yeah. But on that note, thank you, Proneet, for joining me in that video, in this video. And on that note, we'll see you next week then.